Why recognizing fallacies matters. Imagine you're in a debate with a friend about whether social media is harmful. Instead of addressing your arguments, they say, "You're too young to understand the risks of social media." You might feel frustrated, but what you've encountered is a logical fallacy, an error in reasoning that weakens an argument. Logical fallacies can make an argument sound convincing at first, but when you analyze them critically, they fall apart. Learning to recognize logical fallacies helps you think more clearly, avoid being misled, and strengthen your own arguments. Let's explore some common logical fallacies, how they work, and why they matter. What are logical fallacies? Logical fallacies are like traps in arguments. They might seem logical or persuasive, but they're based on flawed reasoning. Fallacies often distract from the real issue, rely on emotion rather than facts, misuse evidence to support a claim. In a world filled with debates, social media posts, and advertisements, fallacies can appear anywhere. Recognizing them is the first step toward thinking critically and making better decisions. Common logical fallacies. Ad hominem. Attacking the person. Instead of addressing the argument, this fallacy attacks the person making it. For example, if someone says, "You can't trust his opinion on climate change because he's not a scientist," they're using an ad hominem attack. This fallacy shifts focus from the issue to irrelevant personal traits, weakening the conversation. Straw man. Misrepresenting the argument. In a straw man fallacy, someone distorts or oversimplifies another person's argument to make it easier to attack. For example, if one person says, "We should invest in renewable energy," and someone responds, "So you want to ban all cars and destroy the economy?" they're creating a straw man. The real argument has been misrepresented, making constructive dialogue impossible. Appeal to emotion. Playing with feelings. This fallacy manipulates emotions like fear, pity, or anger instead of relying on facts. For instance, an advertisement might say, "If you don't buy this security system, your family won't be safe." While emotions are powerful, they shouldn't replace evidence or logic. False dilemma. Reducing options. The false dilemma fallacy presents only two options, ignoring other possibilities. For example, "You're either with us, or you're against us," creates a false sense of urgency and oversimplifies complex issues. Circular reasoning, going in circles. In circular reasoning, the argument assumes what it's trying to prove. For example, "This app is popular because everyone uses it." This statement doesn't provide evidence, it just restates the claim. Slippery slope, imagining extreme consequences. This fallacy suggests that one small step will lead to a series of catastrophic events. For example, if students are allowed to use calculators, they'll never learn basic math and society will collapse. While it's good to consider potential outcomes, this fallacy exaggerates them without evidence. How logical fallacies shape perceptions. Logical fallacies don't just weaken arguments, they can shape how we see the world. They're often used in advertisements, political speeches, and online debates to manipulate opinions. Fallacies distract from the real issue, they shift focus to irrelevant points. Play on emotions, they exploit fears, desires, and biases to persuade. Simplify complex issues, they make nuanced topics appear black and white. By recognizing fallacies, you can think more critically and avoid being influenced by flawed arguments. How to spot and avoid fallacies? Pause and reflect. When you encounter an argument, ask yourself, does this make sense? Is it supported by evidence? Question the logic, look for assumptions, exaggerations, or distractions. Seek evidence. A strong argument relies on facts, not emotions or personal attacks. Learn the fallacies. The more familiar you are with common fallacies, the easier it becomes to identify them. Thinking critically in a world of fallacies. Logical fallacies are everywhere, but you don't have to fall for them. By learning to recognize and challenge these errors in reasoning, you can make better decisions, engage in more meaningful conversations, and protect yourself from manipulation. Remember, the key to critical thinking is staying curious, asking questions, and looking beyond the surface.